With the 4th of July just a week away, many turn their attention to the sky to enjoy the annual fireworks. But leaving the display of the professionals is incredibly important, and not just because fireworks are illegal in New York City, but because they can also obviously be hazardous to yourself and others, just ask Jason Pierre-Paul, the New York Giants. Now, the Consumer Product Safety Commission said in 2023 alone, they received reports of 8 deaths and an estimated 9,700 injuries involving fireworks across the country. And the report also found that between 2008 and 2023, injuries from fireworks have increased overall. Joining us now is CBS News law enforcement contributor and former deputy commissioner with the NYPD, Richard Esposito. Good to have you with us. There, firecracker. We're going to talk a little fireworks with you here this morning, Richard. So illegal fireworks remain a huge problem in neighborhoods across the city. You don't even need the 4th of July holiday to hear them being rattled off, and that's in the suburbs too. I hear it out in Jersey a lot. So we really saw a rise in them during the pandemic, with people shooting them off just about everywhere. Is this a problem new to the city, or is this something that the NYPD that they deal with each and every year, and they've got a system in place to handle it?
So it's not a new problem. And in fact, if you recall the days of the gangster John Gotti, they used to have this gigantic fireworks display in Howard Beach, Queens. Incredibly dangerous. And the police put a stop to that. Wasn't easy. But they have a system in place. The fire marshals work on large seizures of fireworks to keep them from coming into the city. The New York City Bomb Squad, is available whenever there's a seizure of explosives. They're there and they're ready to protect public safety.
We talked the other day about the shot spotter technology that the police use, and how it's been leading to a number of false positives, I guess you want to call them. Fireworks, I'm sure, add to that problem as well, correct?
Yeah, I mean, you could say they add to the problem. You could also say that they add to the ability to identify them as quickly as they're going off. So, a cherry bomb or a M80. M80 is roughly a quarter stick of dynamite minus the nitroglycerin. Incredibly dangerous and powerful. So a shot spotter pointing you to that's not such a bad thing. Yeah.
So how important is it that people report the use of illegal fireworks? And is this again one of those things? Is 911 the right I guess call to make, or 311? What should people do?
That's a good question. I mean, let's face it, there are sparklers and little firecrackers, and those things are probably not a 911 call. If you hear cherry bombs going off, it's probably worth a call to 911. That's a real public safety risk.
And finally, as far as the laws here in New York City, are all fireworks illegal? If there are people that are sitting out there watching and saying, well, I want to do this responsibly, is there a responsible avenue short of watching the families that do it on the Hudson River? Is there something that they can do?
No. New York City has some of the toughest fireworks rules in the state, in fact, and the state is pretty tough. There are states like you can move to Texas or someplace where people like to do this, but we have a lot of people in a small space.
You get away with a lot in Texas, having lived there for a period of time in my life. It's really the wild, wild Southwest. Richard, thanks so much. Good to see you. Let's leave the fireworks to the Grucci's. You know what I mean? Everybody else, just take pause. Don't get yourself hurt, because that's that's the other thing. I mean, people are so dumb with these things. Half of the time, they injure themselves or others in an unwitting fashion. But you got to be smart with fireworks. Richard, thanks so much. We appreciate it. Good to see you. Have a good 4th of July weekend. No fireworks for you, my friend. Richard joins us every Wednesday. For more of our conversations on public safety, head to our website at cbsnewyork.com.